Simon.
Okay. Two women, Charlotte Hussey and Louisa Hope. They had the vision that in this part of Jerusalem the gospel of Christ should be proclaimed, the death, burial and resurrection of Jesus. And this garden continues that, with nearly 500,000 people coming from 111 countries throughout the year. So we have a team here from all over the world who do, like I'm doing now, guide, so we can do it in their first language, which is a great way of connecting the gospel with people. And then which John wrote of in John 19 verse 41, near the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden there was a tomb. So we've been to the place possibly of crucifixion. The garden, how do we know this was a garden at the time of Jesus? By this. This is a wine press of the Roman era around the time of Jesus. So it means that if there was a wine press here, there were probably vines. And just over there, which we passed on the way, on the path, is our way down, the excavations of a watchtower, which they had in vineyards. So there's a definite sort of feeling that in this area there were vines. And the Greek for garden can mean a kind of agricultural working garden, a business kind of garden. So this signifies that in this area there was a garden, just as John describes in 1941. And then later, in about 1894, this is what they began to excavate more, which was a Second Temple Jewish family tomb of a wealthy person. I'll explain why that is in a minute. In front of it, you will see as you walk in, there is a kind of trough. We believe this is more a development by the Crusaders. The Crusaders had a hospice here to care for those who were sick, and there were horses as well, and they would have had this as a feeding trough for animals. But there was definitely at some point a kind of trough there as well that they sort of extended. And that may have been to roll the stone. The stone has never been found here. There was a replica from a similar kind of time period between Jesus down by the tomb, just around.
What year was that?
This is about, I think the early 1900s, yeah. This was one of the wardens. So the door would have been much smaller in the time of Jesus. But as you'll see when you walk into the tomb, there is also a cross on the wall that says Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Lord, the Alpha and the Omega. This is from the same time period too, the 4th of this. As you will know, the women came to the tomb early on the Easter morning to continue the preparations they hurriedly had to do. And there they found the stone had been rolled away, and the guards were no longer there. And they looked into the tomb, and there they found, Mark tells us, 2 angels. Why are you looking for the living among the dead, they said. He is not here, he is risen. And Mark goes into the detail of telling us that the angels sat on the right-hand side, so they would have been on the right-hand side as is in this tomb. So that's, I think, in Mark 15. So then James and John run to the tomb when the women run back and tell them Jesus isn't there. They run back, and then Peter rushes into the tomb straight away, looking at the grave clothes, the folded ones. Why are they like this? Why is this separated? Why the headpiece is different? All these questions. What has happened? And in a sense, people come to faith sometimes like that. Doubt fans the flame of faith. And we need our questions to help hone our faith. And you as ministers will have to deal with that in the churches and communities you live in. But John, who wrote the Gospel, walked into the tomb, saw the body of Jesus gone, and we are told he believed. In a sense, he was the first person who believed in the resurrection of Jesus, who had been with Jesus, where Jesus had prepared them and told them 3 days later he will rise. John was the person who believed. And then Mary came, Mary, who Jesus had known for many years, and she had known him. But for some reason she doesn't recognize him. And believing him to be the gardener, said, "Sir, if you have put him somewhere, tell me and I will take him." And then Jesus says, Mary. He uses her name. And in using her name, she identifies him immediately as Jesus, who is the Lord. And she calls him Rabboni, meaning rabbi, teacher. At the top, where that gentleman stood there. Would have gone in the tomb, remove bones, and tend to the bodies. So the spell would need to be released and that part of it's called. So you're welcome to the group today. We encourage you to spend some time in there, just quietly, to give other people a chance. Bless you, just going to stop there. Cheers, a beautiful day.
Rito Tien.